Guys, I'm getting kind of tired of seeing all these videos or just people saying, man, all girls are hoes and they're not worth dating, or all guys are assholes and it's just not worth it. They're all the same. Have you ever thought that maybe if you keep getting the same result that maybe you're the problem? It is Tuesday, guys, so I got to keep it real with you guys. And it's something that's been on my mind because I read a statistic earlier that said for the first time since census history or whatever in 2022, single people outnumbered married or in relationship people, and that's kind of crazy and kind of scary at the same time. Now, I was single for 10 years before recently, and I honestly think that before you get married, you should have to show proof at over the age of 18 that you spent at least 1 year living with yourself or by yourself and single. And that would cure a lot of problems, because I see a lot of people in situations they really shouldn't be in just because they feel like they're stuck. But minus all that, you guys are really just overcomplicating things, I think, because like I said, I spent a lot of time, I dated and everything, but trying to figure out why in the hell did I always come up with the same result. And it's really simple, because if you're single, ask yourself, are you happy? Well, no, you're lonely, whatever, but you need to find happiness before you go to look for a relationship, because if you're not happy with yourself, how do you expect to be happy with someone else? Or it's kind of selfish to, put that on someone else. Your happiness is relying on someone else, if you think about it. So, first thing, be content in your singleness. I heard that from Granger Smith, and it's always stuck with me, and it's true. You need to be content in your singleness. The good thing is your guys' expectations are just too high. Not that they shouldn't be high, it's just that look in the mirror. What kind of person are you? Because you're going to attract the kind of person that you are. So take a piece of paper and write down everything that you want your ideal spouse to have. If it's a guy, if it's a girl, she loves Jesus, she's beautiful, she knows how to cook, she goes towards her goals and lets nothing stop her, or whatever. Are you anywhere close to the kind of person that you want? Because read that back to yourself and replace she with he or he with she, and say, oh, well, I don't do this, I don't do that, why am I expecting all this when that's not even who I am? So if you do meet someone, you need to be honest with yourself and look at the facts, not how you feel. Always try to remove your emotion aside and see it for how it is. Now, maybe you are seeing someone and you start liking them, but it's really simple that most people overlook is if you're seeing someone, it's just not feeling right, they don't like me, or for a guy, you're always being called a nice guy. It's not that you're being too nice, is that you're being a simp. A simp is a newer term, but someone who shows excessive sympathy or whatever towards a person that usually doesn't reciprocate it. So we got to keep this real simple, guys. Like, we're mammals, we're animals, we're human beings, we're created in the image of God, but our natural instincts are still the same. Is a woman wants a protector. Now, is she going to think you're much of a protector in her body, in her mind, is if you can't even tell the waitress that your steak is messed up? So just keep that in mind. You're probably not being too nice, it's just you don't have any goals for yourself. So if you can constantly drop of the hat, respond to her, do everything that she wants, try to always be there for her, yeah, that's great, but it shows that you don't have any goals for yourself. If you're just constantly like that, you'll drop anything for her. That means that you don't have any self boundaries and you don't have any goals for yourself. So that's kind of where it's a real slippery slope, and that's why being an asshole is not the answer. You just need to be a protector and someone that she can look up to, and her not be the main thing. And you can kind of take that as you will if you're the woman aspect of that, but that's kind of why things get real slippery when you talk about nice guys. But work on yourself, and the better that you get, you'll look over and there's going to be someone running the same pace you are, and you'll come together. Now, on the other end of that, keep in mind, if you do think you're putting in the right amount of effort and they're not putting any of that back, and they're just constantly, you get excited to see them and stuff, but they're constantly making you feel like you're not enough, or you're scared if you're seeing someone and you're not really a thing, and you kind of want to post them on social media, but you get that feeling that you probably shouldn't, then you probably need to go on down the road, because it's really simple, guys. If they're not putting in any reciprocation of what you're doing, then they're just not that into you. Move on. It's nothing to take personally or whatever. It's just what it is. Move on to someone who's going to appreciate you and value you for who you are, because you need to be doing that yourself. And if they don't, you already have that for yourself, and you don't need validation from anybody else. So I hope this helps some people out. I'm sure I'm gonna think of some things that I wish I would have included, but you just got to be content, because and the answer is somewhere always in the middle, because maybe God's plan for you is that you don't need to be in a relationship, and you need to accept that and take that for what it is. But 9 times out of 10, He's got someone waiting for you. It's just, you need to remember, if it didn't work out with someone, you're 1 year, you're 1 day, you're 1 second closer to finding that someone for you that God has for you. So, see you next Tuesday.